Hey Landon, can you turn your video on? I can't see you. I cannot find you. I've looked high, low, left, right, wide,
that's
narrow.
That's a problem. Let me just
you.
figure this out for you so you guys can see.
That was a sound.
Something's happening. Something's tingling.
Well, boys, today we're doing a little thing here today. We're doing a special segment. We're doing a special segment. It's going to be called Conspiracy Corner. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
What?
I'm in it now. This is
Yeah, you are, boy.
Dude,
I think
we need to explain. Is this gonna come up, or do I need to explain what's happening?
You probably need
We'll
to
get around to it.
Yeah, well, you know, it's fine. They'll figure it out.
Do the intro. We'll talk about it in a minute.
Welcome to I'm Telling Mom, the podcast about three brothers catching up, playing games, and unraveling the truth behind the most sinister acts of mankind. For example, did you know American public education is purposely declining to promote the consumerism and make a more subservient population?
No.
Whoa!
Think about.
Whoa! I'm so
curious
about that.
Think about it, dear listener. Use that brain of yours by cutting the budget for programs like home economics, wood shops, and auto shops. We end up with adults who don't know how to cook, so they spend more money at restaurants. Then they don't know how to sew, so they spend more money on new clothes. They don't have an understanding of tools or how to use them or how to make small repairs, so they use more money on handyman and repairmen, and don't know how to take care of their cars, so they spend more money at car dealerships and auto shops. So
Yeah.
Whoa! That's a
Why
big
are you
deal.
kidding me? But wait, it goes deeper than that.
No,
Oh,
it does
no
not.
way. There's no way.
Homework was designed to teach children and young adults that it's okay to work all day at school, then do additional work at home, right? So with so many companies changing to a salaried position, it's perpetrating the notion that you're expected to do work at home while not getting paid for it.
Oh my god!
Oh my God!
That's insane! I'm so peeved!
That is what I am saying, boys. Welcome to today's episode. This is the conspiracy corner where we're just getting knuckle deep within some theories and things that are going on in this world, and we just gotta talk about it. I mean, these boys are tiffed. They are tiffed, gosh darn. You know? So there's a lot of things to cover today, boys. Let's reel it back in.
Gosh darn, I'm so tiffed.
Can we please talk about what, for our audio listeners,
There's some things happening.
Like,
Landon
this thing
is
might be.
all right. Okay, Mason, let's paint a picture. Let's set the scene. Landon is sitting in a bathtub. First of all,
uh-huh.
all right, he's sitting in a bathtub with a pillow, and on the wall in the corner it says "Conspiracy Corner." Okay.
Yeah.
What else do you see, Mason?
well-
Let's play I Spy.
So, next up, we have Landon with a tinfoil hat on, and a red heat lamp hanging from the ceiling, just for beautiful ambiance.
Right.
Adds a mood.
Some great lighting there. By
What
the
else
way,
do
it's
you
a great
see, Clace?
I don't know why I'm still talking with an accent. That bit is over.
That bit's done. By the way, Landon, great receptor on that hat. It's
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can we talk about what I really want to talk about?
Yes. Of course.
Landon's shirt says something.
Oh, it does say something. Mason's miss open is the best. Microphone. Mason's microphone
Mason's microphone is the best.
is the micropeen.
What is that?
Yeah, it's just a shirt that says Mason's micropeen is the best.
And
Is
that's
that an official I'm Telling Mom t-shirt?
It is now.
that you can go right now and buy on itmmerch.com.
Yes. That's a great. It's perfect.
Okay, it's not actually on there, but
No. Don't say that, Mason. We can
easily
do
make
it.
that
We can
happen.
make this happen. If you go, I'm committing us, Mason. If you go to itmmerch.com right now, this shirt is available for purchase. There you go.
okay.
So we have a couple different things going on today. I don't want to make this an insanely long episode, so we're just gonna have to see what happens and play it out by ear. But couple different things. Just to start off, real quick, I want to know: is there a conspiracy that you guys genuinely believe in?
Genuinely?
Yeah.
Or
Genuinely.
could see being real?
I have one.
I don't believe in anything. You know what? I do too. Clace, you go first.
I'm just gonna say aliens. I just
Flat out believe in aliens.
I just believe that they exist and
intelligent life
intelligent-
exists somewhere outside of Earth in the
that
galaxy.
not just intelligent life, but intelligent many
Structured, cultural-
eons beyond the human existence. There is life that is so advanced in their every way of life. That's just something that I choose to believe.
Okay.
All right,
I
Mason.
believe the exact same thing, but they're on Earth. They are in the oceans, way further than we can actually travel to, because we know nothing about our oceans. And that's
Okay.
where all of our
Interesting.
UFOs are coming from.
Interesting.
That's where, like, all those weird sightings and stuff, they're literally on the planet with us.
I'm
They
interested.
just evolved differently because it makes more sense to me when everything was created that some shit was created underwater in the bottom of the ocean and
Like
then
intelligent
evolved
life.
from there. Yes.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
Let's-
Landon, what are your
let's-
thoughts? What are your
On our planet where so much life already exists.
I personally believe that there is intelligent life somewhere out there. The galaxy is fucking massive, and there's not a shot in hell that we're the only ones out here. So I not only wanted to ask you two about some conspiracy theories, but hey, a long time ago in an episode, I reached out to some significant others of Clayson Mason to ask them questions and then quiz them to see how well they knew him. So hey, surprise, surprise, I asked Alessia and Hannah about some conspiracy theories that they believe in.
Okay.
And so
And they are both huge into all conspiracy
them.
theories.
Yeah.
So this is interesting.
You could
So-
tell Alessia tomorrow that like all frogs are born from Egyptian pyramids, and she would probably be like, "Yeah, I mean, makes sense."
So who wants to go first, Clace or Mason?
Funny
Mason
you say
wants
that
to go
because
first.
Alessia said
Mason wants to
that
go
Egyptian
first, I
frogs.
heard.
Sure,
Mason-
I'll go first. Let's find out what Hannah believes. Are
So
these
I-
things
I-
she actually believes?
So I reached out to Hannah and I asked her what are some conspiracy theories you kind of believe in. So she did respond. So throw out some guesses of what you think she responded with.
Hannah believes that Tom Hanks is a pedophile.
Okay.
Interesting.
Hannah believes.
because he visited Epstein's Island.
I don't know.
And then fled the
I
country?
I haven't asked about that one because I refuse to believe that. But
Okay,
she definitely believes that there's a big celebrity sex ring,
Okay.
all like revolving around the Epstein thing. But they're like child sex trafficking, something to do with like red shoes that like all these celebrities wear as like
Okay,
a
so-
part of this club.
And I've heard some of those similar things. I will tell you, so far you haven't hit on anything she told me. So I'm gonna give you
Okay.
one last guess of what you think she might have said.
Okay, Hannah believes.
I think I could answer for Hannah.
So many.
I had a deep conversation with Hannah.
Shh.
Um,
Just one topic. Give me a
Pizzagate.
bone. All right,
You're stuck on
so,
this sex thing,
Mason,
man.
you do not get a point. And I believe that was the same situation of the last time I did one of these quizzes of significant others. So Hannah responded very generally at first. Just some of the alien ones genuinely seem probable. That's probably my favorite theory. I wouldn't doubt a lot of the theories about the government. I don't fuck with any politicians or voting. So that was kind of her just kind of a roundabout answer at first. So I kind of pried and asked, are there specific things that come to mind? She said, I love the theory that aliens live in the ocean. So
What?
she told me that. I had
We
never...
didn't even talk about that.
There you go. Now
Maybe
you have
you've
something
watched
to talk about.
Maybe you've
Pillow talk
watched the
tonight,
same
Mason.
documentary or something.
Maybe.
So, and what's funny about that is you brought that up earlier, and then Hannah, that was her answer. This is the first time I've ever even heard that's a theory. I've never had anyone tell me that they thought aliens were in the ocean.
I saw like a really quick post on it, and I was like, I've actually been thinking that for a bit, but I not enough to like put that into an idea, and now I
Right.
totally believe it.
I mean, hey, I think it's interesting. All right, Clace.
Yeah. Can I ask
You
when
could
you ask
win-
these
You
questions?
could win my little mini segment here
Okay.
because Mason didn't get a point. So I threw the same question over to Alessia about a conspiracy theory that she believed in. What do you think she told me?
She definitely also told you aliens, and I'm sure it was a general aliens exist. She has also talked to me about being able to communicate in the right circumstances with extraterrestrial life.
Her personally?
She has been able to communicate.
No. She's
Okay.
she's like enjoyed the thought. I'm not saying that
Mhm.
she's claiming anything. I mean, Mason, you bring up a good point. With she also believes in all the sex ring celebrity stuff. I would also say Alessia would say a conspiracy that she absolutely believes
This is the last chance, by the way.
the ocean life. That we are like overfishing and we are killing our oceans, basically.
Seaspiracy.
Seaspiracy.
The Netflix documentary, which was very good, highly recommend. Oof, this is tough. All right, so, Clace, I do think I'm going to have to give you like half a point, which like, it doesn't matter. You're still going to beat Mason on this
You're
one.
telling me I didn't really nail anything?
Well, you nailed the at first general like aliens, right? She did respond with aliens, so that's why I'm kind of giving you like half a point because it wasn't super specific. She specifically said that the government is hiding aliens. All right, so there's that. Aliens are living in the ocean. So Mason, now you have something to discuss with Alessia because Alessia too believes that aliens live in the ocean. This is
our
going around.
girlfriends
I don't
are
know
on
what's happening with our family, but this is the
All
thing
right.
now.
Aliens are in the ocean, guys.
Here's the one theory that Alessia told me that I have never fucking heard in my life. That I was kind of hoping that you were gonna say, Clace, to see if she's talked about this with you, and I want to know if she has.
Okay.
Cannibals
Yes.
are living in national parks.
She has talked with me about this. She has
Hannah's talked about this too.
Yeah.
What is that?
She's talked to me about it once, and it's basically the theory that yes, there are cannibals living in national parks in the U.S. By the way, not in like some foreign jungle. In our national parks, there are cannibals, and that's why occasionally people go missing, never to be found. That there are some talks of like people can hear screaming at weird times, and like I don't know.
I don't think it's
to
the
me,
most
I'm like
far-fetched thing.
I don't think
just
it's
have never heard
far-fetched,
that.
but like, why isn't there more evidence? I don't understand. Like, really, nobody's ever gotten a picture or something.
Yeah, I mean, you would logically think that if it's a national park, that shit has been mapped out to a T, like with helicopters and planes and X-ray shit, science. Like they know that whole area.
But then that's why then people too like will build conspiracy theories into Bigfoot, and it's not Bigfoot; it's these cannibalistic tribes that are taking people. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Mason, do you think cannibals are in national parks?
That's one that okay, my thing with most conspiracy theories is I could see it. but I'm not strongly for or against it. And that's one of those where like national parks are massive. There's like, you could easily form a whole society in a national park without ever being discovered. But also like, I also think like, no, but not even a hint, nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but nothing.
Right. Yeah. Somebody would have found something, but
yeah.
Well, so there you go. I always like to reach out to the significant others. Having been the single guy, it's more fun if I just poke and prod at your guys' relationships. We're gonna move on to the first official segment. Let's consider that a mini segment right there. This first official segment is just gonna be called Modern Conspiracy Theories. All right, so we're gonna jump into this. If you're ready, we have 5 different conspiracy theories that I discovered. I'm going to tell you a word or a phrase, and you guys need to guess what conspiracy theory might involve that subject. The emphasis is not on the game itself, but let's talk about what some of these theories are that I don't think you've heard all of these. Maybe you've heard none of these theories. All right, first word, cloning. What conspiracy theory that you may or may not have heard of involves cloning?
I think it's Carl from Jimmy Neutron when he gets a hold of Jimmy Neutron's clone machine and clones himself a bunch. And we actually brought Carl into the studio to just give you just to say hello. Carl, come here. Can you say hello?
Hi, Jimmy.
Jesus Christ. I was like, where the hell is this going?
I think one that I've heard is celebrities such as Katy Perry have been cloned and replaced, and either like they killed the original, or basically it's not the same person.
Okay,
interesting.
Still doing the shows, and they can control them that way and make them do the shows and make them do the music.
The only thing that I'm aware of, and I'll use the example most famous that I know, is Walt Disney, where they've frozen him and his direct order was essentially, if technology ever evolves to the point where you can revive this body or clone this version of me, do it. And so he is currently in like this frozen cryo chamber or something.
Katy Perry's a clone, and Clay's had a similar one with Walt Disney. So yeah, to clarify that, I'm gonna give you both a point. All right, you're both getting a point.
Wait, hold on. I'm saying that current Katy Perry is a clone. Clace is saying that Walt Disney is frozen.
Okay.
Well, with the idea of cloning later on.
Right. Oh. God, fuck. Mason, you are getting a point then, and Clace, you're not. Thank you for clarifying. All right, so this one
stood up for himself.
This one is not a like mind-blowing like revelation, but for me, just reading it and hearing this was kind of like, that makes sense, and I haven't actually thought this. So here's the post: human cloning has already been done or attempted. We cloned a sheep named Dolly in 1996, and humans aren't that much different to sheep in their early blastocyst or embryonic development. Some government agency has probably cloned a human and are watching over that person right now.
Okay, so the theory is just that clones exist and they're out in the world, but there's like...
But actually being like monitored and watched by like a governmental agency, which... Just hearing that, to me, was like, oh, I mean, kind of.
If the technology exists, which we know it does, at least in its early development years, then yeah, the probability of it actually happening is high.
It is bizarre that the sheep cloning happened in the 90s, and we haven't... Think about where our phones were at in the 90s. They were... If anything, just those brick phones, and now we have supercomputers in our pockets.
Yeah.
Right.
It's development in
the technology
science,
for
though.
cloning would have probably improved somewhat, but I haven't heard a single word on it. I feel like it's illegal for me in my home to be doing experiments like that, but organizations can probably get like some sort of license and get the go-ahead from the government to do it.
I don't think at the human level, but maybe with animals. I mean, some of the comments I was reading was something about monkeys. But anyhow, so Mason, you got a point. Congratulations. Clace, you suck. Let's move on to number 2 here. So this next phrase, sorry, that's unnecessarily mean.
It was very unnecessary, and I appreciate it.
All right, so here's the next phrase that I'm going to give you. Tell me what you think. Killer Clowns of 2016. What conspiracy theory do you think is involved with the Killer Clowns of 2016?
Oh, like there's something more than just those clowns jumping out from the woods.
Well, we know that a lot of those clowns were just actors, people being stupid. I don't think that's the conspiracy. I think the conspiracy is more they were government employees that were intentionally scaring people to like stay in their homes or to keep out of restricted areas.
Should have done that for quarantine. Just bring out all the
Killer Clowns 2020.
Everyone's staying home. All right, interesting. Mason, what do you think?
I think, based on the movie Killer Clowns from Outer Space, they were aliens that came to Earth. They did some of their business, and then we haven't heard anything since from them because they got their research and they left.
Okay. I'm going to have to give this point to Clace. You just tied it up. Here, I'll just read this. The conspiracy theory is that the Killer Clowns of 2016 were originally a promotion for the movie It, but it got out of hand.
Huh.
So
that's a very good conspiracy theory. Like some cool marketing.
Yep.
That then the public took hold of and started like doing it themselves.
Yep.
That's interesting. I like that one. I believe it.
I tend to lean to believe that. Yeah.
And then they can't claim it because they realized it got out of hand, so they just covered it.
Huh. I wonder who they would be. Are we talking,
whatever marketing agency would handle the big premiere of a new movie? I mean, just Hollywood in general. I mean,
yeah.
Clace is like, I don't know how I feel about that one. Seems a little too dark and sinister.
Because here's the thing. If like the first one, if you're going to go that route, then you have to the logical argument in my mind would be, all right, we're going to dress an actor up as a clown and we're going to film it, and we're also going to have actors filming, right? So it's like everybody on the scene is involved and knows what's happening. They're just good actors. Versus the conspiracy that we're just going to take clowns and let them freak out on random people and actually just see what kind of content surfaces from that.
Right.
So I have no problem with them being like, yeah, we have a whole production crew that's putting together this like shaky film video of a clown that's running after him.
Right.
Which could have been the first few.
And led to the public doing the same thing. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, I thought that one was really interesting, and we're gonna kind of continue on into some theories that you potentially haven't heard of. So this next topic is Area 51.
Oh, we've talked about this one.
We talked about this classic point of conversation for conspiracy theories, but maybe there's something outside of just what we've already talked about.
So it's obviously not gonna be Area 51 is where they keep the aliens, because that's the theory. Mm-hmm. So instead, basically, Area 51 is used to clone Hitler. They have Hitler's body and they've cloned him, and they are now making like Hitler after Hitler. They're just making an army of Hitler. So they're bringing the Nazis back in Area 51, but they're keeping it on the hush hush.
They just don't want people to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
It's interesting. You might be right. Clace, what do you think?
I'm confused a little bit. So first of all, big subscriber to Bob Lazar. So like, I personally believe the Area 51 is potentially a hibernation spot of at least alien aircraft. But they use Area 51. The government tells us they use Area 51 as bomb sites and weapons testing and military, type stuff. I'm going
Hitler growing.
Hitler clonings. Yeah. I'm struggling with
gotta
this
hear
one a
something
bit.
from you.
All right. I'll take the safe road. I'm just gonna say that it is where they're hiding five alien ships, and they are doing research and studies in Area 51 on these ships. I know that's the popular conspiracy theory, which isn't it, but that's gonna be my answer.
Yeah. So I am gonna give that one to you, Clace. It's not a crazy complicated theory, but it provides context to why that theory might exist. So here's the conspiracy theory about Area 51. Area 51 was a conspiracy theory started by the U.S. government to lead the Soviet Union into falsely believing that the U.S. had alien technology during the Cold War. So, during the Cold War, 60s?
That's such
60s. They created this notion that we are harboring potentially alien technology, but they made it kind of like, oh, we don't know, and let the public kind of talk about it, to potentially scare the Soviet Union.
That's interesting.
I don't think so, because here. Can you, now you're like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. It works out on the timeline. Can you imagine being the team that's coming up with this? It's like, guys, we don't know. We're losing this war. We don't know what to do. How about we just tell them we have aliens? And maybe.
Is that not a similar kind of thing to creating tanks out of balloons and making the enemy think that there is an army? I mean, to me, it's just kind of the next weird level of that, like they did in World War II.
Yeah, no, it's all propaganda and telling them
psychological
what they want.
Warfare.
For sure. I just don't think that moving in, you just gotta be, I don't know. You're assuming your enemy is kind of dumb, I would think. Being like, hey, this is a notion that's never existed. Let's just tell them we have aliens and hope they believe it.
It's not coming from the government.
I know.
The government's not calling up Soviet Union, Russia, and saying, hey, we have aliens here. They're like, we have a secret area, nobody come in, and then they probably plopped it in locals' minds that it's aliens, and then
Do you know how much work that would take to perpetuate that message versus just focusing on trying to win the war? There's so much money and time is spent into building a lie that may or probably won't work.
Listen, man. I'm not losing sleep over what the United States government decided in the 60s and 50s.
I am,
but Mason's on board.
Miffed.
I'm on board. We're gonna move on. All right, number 4. This next topic of discussion is Netflix. What conspiracy theory do you guys think Netflix is involved in?
Oh, Netflix, huh?
Place, you're first on this one.
All right, I'm trying to reach somewhere. I'm gonna say Netflix is a part of a conspiracy theory to be a sole source of information for people, keeping them at home and force feeding information and only information that the government would allow. All right, I'm going to change it. Hold on. I'm going to say that basically Netflix is just a massive ruse to keep people away from the truth. There's tons of governmental schemes and all sorts of stuff happening all over the news. Maybe not all over the news.
To keep the people entertained and away from what's really happening in the world?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to say.
Okay. Makes sense. All right, Mason, what do you think?
I was really hoping I would have something in my head by the time it came around to me, but I don't. So therefore, Netflix.
Let's hear it.
I'm excited for this.
Is responsible for
Harambe's death.
Netflix started off. I'm just going to start talking and see where this goes, okay? So Netflix started off as a mailing system.
Correct,
how it
true.
wasn't like an online thing.
Correct.
You would order the DVD and get your DVD. So they then switched over to online. Netflix made the internet.
Netflix made the internet. All right.
Wow, that was a jump, dude. Like, you said you were just going to start talking, and those didn't connect at all.
Yeah, nothing else came. Nothing. I was let down. It's not my fault.
All right. I guess I got to give that to Clace for just being more realistic on this one. All right, so here's the conspiracy theory about Netflix. The Netflix marketing team releases memes about shows to give off the appearance that everyone is watching said show. Since people have FOMO, they watch the shows to understand the memes until everyone eventually does watch it.
Okay. I got to get my mind in this space of conspiracy theories because I'm trying to think way too outside the box.
Yeah. Yes, you are.
It has, Mason, for it to be a conspiracy theory, it has to somewhat make sense.
And
otherwise,
there
would be no traction.
Theories being, to me, pretty realistic. Like, yeah, that makes sense.
Here's.
I'll do better on my next one.
I believe you.
Okay, I don't know about memes, but Netflix absolutely. You know, in the section where it says like most popular or what are other people watching, those are completely just whatever Netflix wants them to be, and it's always popular. It's always Netflix created shows. Very rarely do you see like an actual Billboard topper in that list.
Well, and that's why they show you as you're scrolling down, they have the different categories, and you always see popular first. And so you're like, oh, I wonder what's popular right now. So you start scrolling through, and then they have a separate one that says trending, and you're like, why am I looking at this one? The trending is the one that people are actually watching. So yeah, 100% they do that.
But I think it's interesting that you, Clace, don't believe what that was saying. You know, I agree the suggestions are definitely Netflix influenced, but I 1000% believe that not all, but a lot of shows and movies that are made by Netflix and other Hollywood, you know, producers and you know, I think these marketing teams are definitely trying to think of what memes can we get from this movie, this TV show, and then let's get it out there, and hopefully it becomes a viral thing.
But here's the thing with the meme community. You have, and I apologize for anybody that doesn't, like, I'm not making this term up. They're called, like, dank meme lords.
Yeah.
And they're people that are actually, like, that. It's their full-time job to develop community memes and engage people with content. That's their full-time job. And they don't work for anybody. They work off of, like, ROAS and ads paid and all that type of stuff.
But I'm not saying all of these memes that are related to a movie or TV show were designed from the studio. But I would say a lot of the studios are trying to, and some have succeeded in being the originator of these memes. Right now, there's an F9 meme, Fast and Furious meme of the guy in Family. I don't know, I don't understand the reference, but it's everywhere right now. Could easily see some kid my age that knows the internet that put that together that works for the studio, and now it's a thing.
Yeah. I'm glad that one's on its way out. We're on the tail end of that one. That's such a stupid meme. Yeah.
Speaking, just real quick segue before you get into your last one, Landon. Yep. I saw something. So, by the way, Jeffrey Bezos went to space today. That was today when we recorded this. He went into space, or at least the edge of space. I saw a meme today that said, hey guys, how about we all agree that when Jeff Bezos lands back down, we all pretend like we don't know who he is?
That would be amazing.
The richest man goes into space, and then when he comes back down, everybody just acts like, who are you?
Who's that guy? Pretend he's an alien at that point. Not just like, who's that human? Like, just freak out. And
we need to study you.
Different being. All right, so yes, let's jump into this last one. Clace, I believe you have the most points right now, but this last one is derived...
This one's mine.
Derived from the fact that Alessia, Clace's wife, at one point mentioned that our podcast is not female-friendly, and I would like to fight back against that. I'd like to combat that idea, that conspiracy theory. We're very female-friendly, so I have a theory about the topic of small pockets.
Oh,
okay.
Yes,
all right.
I know. I have an answer immediately, Mason. Might be the same as yours.
So, women have small pockets in their jeans. Oh, I know this one. I know it. Okay, so women have
Mason,
small
can you
pockets.
Hang on. Can you boil it down to one word?
Purses.
I was gonna say we were gonna say it at the same time.
Yep. I'll give you both a point. Yes. Yeah. I think you both know exactly where that was going. So I came across this today, had never thought about this, and I laughed out loud. I thought it was funny. So, big purse is in bed with small pockets. A huge number of clothing companies also make handbags. It's not so much that they're in league together, it's that small pocket is big purse. So you develop clothes, you also sell purses, you intentionally make your pockets small, so then you're forcing the females and whoever else that wants purses to buy a purse.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, it makes
Yeah.
stupid sense.
I 100% believe that because there's no reason to not have big pockets. I wear the tightest jeans anybody has ever seen on this planet, and the pockets are big. I would think that the reason I said that was because I would think that people would say, oh, but then you can see like the pocket linings and it looks ugly if you have really tight pants. But I'm here to tell you, you don't. That's not a problem.
You heard it here
So
first.
there's literally no reason.
I'll also branch out and say we're so female friendly that like we invite all women to just wear men's jeans. Like I don't think that's going to change your attractiveness level. If you want to wear men's jeans for the bigger pockets, like by all means, here's your ticket to go do it.
Let's all agree to take that a step further and encourage women to wear cargo shorts. Who was tons of pockets.
Avril Lavigne wore cargo shorts all the time in the 90s.
Let's bring back
Okay,
those.
Bring that back.
I am going to give away one of my golden boyfriend ideas.
These
Every
are
now
worth
and
a
then
lot.
I come up with a perfect idea, and I'm still probably going to do it, so I'm kind of banking on the fact that Hannah won't listen to this. But if you want to be the perfect boyfriend for her birthday or for Christmas or something, get all of her pants
and
sew in big pockets. You can literally take them somewhere,
Learn to sew.
and it's just some fabric sewn together to be bigger pockets. You could turn all of her pants into big pocket pants.
Turn the shirts into pockets. Just
I don't
sew a
think
bunch of pockets on the shirts.
I don't think that's. I mean, if you want to, if you want to risk it, go for it. I feel like there's a lot of potential for failure in that, and then you've just ruined her entire.
What's the
closing off
what
the leg
could
holes
possibly be an
altogether
issue with
by
that,
accidentally
though?
sewing
Yeah,
the
I
pocket
just-
straight through the other
You're
side?
gonna, Mason.
I'm saying if you're comfortable with doing it yourself, do it. You can also take them to
seamstress.
somebody that and they
Okay.
can easily do it, and
Okay.
it's probably not that expensive because it's not much fabric and it's not much sewing.
Guys, why don't they have pockets on lingerie? Let's take our women's lingerie, their panties. Let's sew some pockets on those bad boys.
What would they keep in these pockets, Landon?
some spare change, their keys, some chapstick.
In lingerie?
But like, let's make sure
They're-
that women
wait,
have the
what?
pockets
Their
that they
keys?
need. No more like, honey, what's that big flap on your crotch? Well, that's my pocket for my spare change. Genius idea, Mason. I like it. Let's make it happen.
Lingerie,
That was nothing like my idea.
lingerie has to be the most uncomfortable thing for a woman, and it's only worn in very specific times. You don't wear it like underwear
So-
underneath your clothes. I'm just
Yeah.
confused on the premise of
We make the pockets out of wool.
why does that help your argument? That's not that's not what I'm saying.
Landon just
at
keeps
all.
bringing up new ideas.
I'm not
ignoring everything we've talked about. Like, hey, how about this edition? Thank you,
All right,
Landon.
Hey, that is the end of segment 1. By the way, all of those
Fine.
theories came from Reddit. So on the YouTube video, of course, you'll be able to see the usernames of all those people. I want to make sure that I'm not plagiarizing and anybody thinks those ideas were from me. So there's that. Hey, I think it's time we jump real quick over to the sponsor.
our sponsor.
Oh my goodness!
Yellow, the color of happiness, and blue, synonymous with sadness. A child was born, wrought with the emotions of both worlds. A monster has awakened. A war has been waged. This is
thank you so much to our sponsor of today's episode. We love you. Much love.
Oh
Make
my
sure you
goodness!
Use that promo code for that amazing service and product and everything. All right, so second segment of today's Conspiracy Corner episode. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Woo! So I thought it would be
I'm
fun,
pretty pumped.
real quick, and we don't need to spend a ton of time on this because I know for the audio-only listeners, it's not necessarily the best. So I'm going to suggest if you're listening to this on podcast platforms, switch over to YouTube so you can see this visual element because I'd like to do a conspiracy theory tier list. So we are taking 10 conspiracy theories. We're going to pop it into a list and determine what we think is more credible and what we think is poo-pooed. That's definitely not real. So most of these theories are not things that we've discussed previously in today's episode. They're kind of different things, but I'll be able to explain the images here. Our ranking system is at the very top, def true. I mean, this we all agree this is 1000% true and accurate. Yeah. Underneath that, you make some good points. We're talking to somebody that's given us their conspiracy theory and we kind of agree and we think it could be, but we need to do some research. All right, in the very middle underneath that is, shit, I don't know what to think right now. You just kind of, out of left field right now, you gave me this theory and I don't know what to feel. Underneath that, we have, wouldn't bet on those odds. I heard you. I just don't think that's a real thing. But again, I'm not completely knowledgeable on the subject. And at the very last, not a shot in hell. There's no way that this theory is real. There's no way it exists. So you yourself can go to hell. All right, so the 10 theories, I'll explain these images here. The very first one is that all of our devices are listening to us. Okay? Standard, classic theory. The next one is Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself. All right?
Okay.
After that, we have birds aren't real. Duh. Right? So,
okay.
Mason, settle down. You can't go yet.
Sorry.
Okay, the next one after that, George Bush did 9/11.
Bush did 9/11.
George Bush did 9/11. All right. So after that, we have the moon landing was fake.
Okay.
After that, we have Trump won the election. Okay, but that could be interesting. After that, we have mattress firms are just a money laundering scheme. Okay, we've talked about that in a previous episode.
Yeah.
After that, my personal favorite, I don't even know if it's a real theory, but it's kind of my theory, that the queen is immortal. All right, there's a lot of memes out there, so I guess it is.
Okay.
Queen's immortal. All right.
You're going to have to provide some data on that one.
The next one is the FBI. There's an FBI guy that's watching us, right? And then finally, number 10 is that this is all a simulation. Let's start with number 1. Shall we?
Devices are def true. They're listening
devices
to
are
us
listening
100%. 100%. There is no there's no debate on this.
The fact that every single person that owns a smartphone has witnessed an ad about something they were talking about that they never searched and would never ever search, and then an ad for it comes up, everybody has a story about that.
Yep. I'm also in the same boat. Definitely true.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
Isn't it kind of proven that he didn't?
We don't know
like
for
not
sure.
Proven, but
for the sake
all
of
the circumstances.
All right, hold on. For the sake of the validity of this scale, I think we have to say def true is 100%, meaning there's evidence and data to support it.
Yeah.
And I think that it tips that way, Mason, but we don't know for certain, at least not yet.
I think it's stronger than you make some good points. You make some good points is like, I could see it, but definitely true is like, that most likely. Like, there's...
Okay.
I think, Mason, you got the tiers a little confused. I mean, you make some good points is also, to me, the same as most likely. But def true is, like Clace is saying, 1,000%, I know this to be true. I have no doubt in my mind.
Mason, I think you make some good points.
Okay, so let's ask it this way. Landon, do you have any doubts in your mind that Epstein killed himself or didn't kill himself?
I've seen some evidence, but I've also heard what I don't know. I don't remember a ton of it, but I'm not putting that as def true. I'm putting that as you make some good points. I believe it. I believe that he did not kill himself, but I'm not sold 1,000%.
Okay.
All right. So next one.
I'm just excited for this next one.
Birds
aren't real.
Not real. So I could see how we could start getting into some weeds of being like, well, we don't know definitively if birds are real.
No.
But
I think we know.
I think it's fair that we toss this one into hell. Birds are going to hell.
Not a shot in hell.
I don't.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know a whole lot about that conspiracy.
Huh?
I'm saying no. I'm just saying I don't even understand that conspiracy. Like I don't
I think
understand
that's
what
just
the
a
points
meme.
are.
I think it's a meme.
I think it's just a meme, and people had fun with it and pretend they
Oh.
actually believe it. But
Yeah, but that's how flat Earth started.
Well, yeah, and there's genuine people.
And
that
now
believe,
look at it.
I bet there's genuine people that believe birds are not real out there. For sure, there's some.
There
Oh,
are.
yeah.
There was a march
Yeah.
not long ago, and they're all marching in front of a government building. And you're like, what are
but
you
how many
doing
people are
with
there
your
as a
life?
joke?
Yeah, I would go. As
I
a
don't
joke.
think it was a joke. These people were out there looking pretty legit.
All right. The three of us agree, not a shot in hell. The theory that
Yeah.
birds aren't real. All right, next one. Bush did 9/11. A little touchy.
Yeah, this is a sensitive topic.
I
okay.
personally would put it, shit, I don't know what to think.
I would put it as wouldn't bet on those odds, personally.
Okay, leaning a little more towards
Just
not.
a little more towards not.
Landon.
Yeah, I feel like I'm the deciding factor here on this one because I'm.
Mhm.
God, I feel both of you guys. I don't know what to think because, but I just realistically, I want to say I wouldn't bet on those odds. You know.
Okay. And we're just to be clear, we're not talking about Bush specifically. We're talking about the government
the
in
US
general.
government.
Right.
Yeah.
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 I'm gonna also put
But
that
you-
in. Wouldn't bet on those odds.
Okay. I can
Yeah.
live with that.
All right, the
I
moon landing
lean-
is fake.
See, that's funny. I lean like a fraction more towards they did,
oh yeah,
but I don't have enough facts to
right.
back it up. So
Yeah, you get into some structural engineering and things and
yeah, moon
math.
landing.
Moon landing, was it fake?
Personally, I don't think so, but it makes a lot of sense why they would fake it. So
Agreed.
I could easily be convinced with any evidence.
Well, and the
But-
argument, by the way, the argument is not that we've been to the moon. It's that on whatever date in 1969, when they said we landed on the moon,
Right,
that wasn't
right.
the original moon landing date.
Yeah, we got
Good
there
point.
eventually.
I'm just gonna toss in mine is wouldn't bet on those odds. I hate to
Okay.
say that because I just realistically want to say not a shot in hell, but it makes sense like from a marketing,
Yeah.
not a marketing, but like from a PR thing, like we beat the Russians to space. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
that meant so much to them back then.
Yeah.
I would also agree. So, Clace, unless yours is majorly different, I think it goes here.
No, I'll put it here.
Okay. Wouldn't
right.
bet on those odds.
This next one,
Yeah.
we everybody knows the three of us have different political ideas and things. So let's not get like testy or anything.
Sure.
I'm not worried about it. But the classic right now theory that Trump actually won the election fairly.
It's,
I have
okay.
no opinion.
This is I'll be honest, I don't know what to think and here's why. First of all, I would argue that he didn't win. That's my personal opinion, is that he didn't win. But I don't know enough about the electoral system, and I don't know enough about how easy or difficult it is to manipulate that. To me, it's so realistic that if the government absolutely wanted him out and wanted, I mean, I hate to say this, but Joe Biden's not the most intelligent guy, but somebody that can kind of just foot the bill for a little while
Yeah.
and do what
Be
they're
manipulated
told
and controlled.
be manipulated.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like it makes a lot of sense. I don't like saying that because I would prefer just to be like, no, Trump lost. That's the way it is. But I don't know. I don't know either way.
I don't know much about politics at all, but I lean more towards believing that either the government or the Illuminati, however you want to look at it, controls who is in office and who is elected.
Wow.
To
In some
some
way or another?
degree.
I wouldn't go
so
that far, but
I could be
that's interesting.
I could be
Huh.
convinced either way.
In terms of the Trump topic, I'm going to say wouldn't bet on those odds. It's not a
I
firm,
think
not
it's
a shot
fine.
in hell.
I think that's about where I would land too.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. The classic I'm telling mom
Mattress
conspiracy
firm.
theory. We tell all our friends about it. Mattress firms are actually just money laundering schemes because there's so gosh dang many of them right next
People
to each other.
still talk to me about this and about that episode specifically.
Yeah.
I'm saying deaf
Because
true.
everybody thinks about it.
You're
deaf
saying deaf true.
Yeah,
that,
man.
Okay,
Can't be definite.
as confident as all three of us are,
if Epstein is not definitely true,
right?
then this cannot be definitely
I think
true.
this has to fall into you make some good points.
Yes, I agree.
I'll settle for you make some good points. All right, the queen is immortal, guys.
Not a shot in hell, unless you
Not
can
a
tell
shot
me.
in hell.
Come
We
on,
literally
she's
have to
been
wait
around-
2
Oh,
years.
man, she's
I've
been
never
around for a
heard this.
while.
I've
Yeah,
never
some
heard
people
this
are
notion.
old.
How old is she, Langdon?
She's fucking old. I don't know.
Hang on.
She's like
How old is
outlived
the
so
queen?
many celebrities and politicians.
She's 95,
Nothing
which
stops
is
her.
impressive. It's really impressive.
Also,
Wait,
okay, so
Oh.
you're talking about the age of a lot of politicians and stuff. The politicians that we have go under so much stress and live such a
Carters.
fast life. The queen doesn't do shit.
that's unfair. That is
There's
very
no
unfair.
reason for that
She's
position.
still making public appearances, which that's what impresses me. You know,
She goes out in
she's the
public.
face
That's
of
her
England.
job. Sometimes, yeah, but she doesn't do anything. She doesn't
She's-
have to make decisions. She doesn't have to
she doesn't
sign
make
shit.
like crazy decisions. I agree.
I understand.
Like,
She
a
doesn't
president
do
goes
it. She's
through way
the-
more than a queen.
Yeah, but she's head of the monarchy. Like,
Which means
That's like
nothing.
social stress of like, well, you're upholding the family name or not.
I get it, but they have like the royal lineage. That's just how it's always been done in
Mason,
Europe.
how
Yeah, I'm saying there's no stress behind that job. So just to bring it back around, that's going in not a shot in hell.
Okay,
I mean, all right.
sorry,
It's
Landon.
fun though. It's fun. All right, so
It's fun.
This
Sure,
one's
so
all-
is birds.
this one's also fun. I like to make a lot of jokes about the FBI guy watching me. What do we think?
All right, hang
I
on. Let me
think-
clarify the argument. The argument is that
Okay,
there
yes.
is that there is one FBI agent assigned to every American citizen, or let's cluster them. Let's say there's like one FBI agent for every 10,000 citizens. Is that what you're saying?
I feel like it's important that we clarify it, but you could also go a lot of different ways. Like, is it possible that an FBI guy just accesses my webcam right now and is watching me sitting in a bathtub? Yes, I
But that's why we
believe
need to
that.
clarify the conspiracy, because I'm telling you right now, FBI agents can 100% hack all your shit.
Right.
They can. They have no reason to most of the time,
Mhm.
but they absolutely can.
All
So
right.
is the conspiracy?
Yeah, it depends on what we're arguing and clarifying.
The bigger conspiracy is probably like there is like the same kind of agent assigned to us and many others probably, but there's the one that's always
That's just
kinda
why. That's like
Who
most
keeps
of
an
his,
eye on you personally?
checking in. Yeah.
most of.
Okay.
Let's say this that his job description is to literally just flip through, like, and just check
Got like a
how
wall of
everybody's.
screens.
Yeah, just a wall of screens, and how are my 10,000 citizens doing today?
I fucking hope so. That's hilarious to me.
I don't think
All right.
that is.
Not a shot in hell.
I don't
All
think
right.
that's.
Not a shot in hell. This last one, our lives and everything going on in this world is a simulation. Frankly, I do not understand or know anything about
Simulation
this
theory.
theory, so I don't even feel
Can I-
comfortable saying anything. But I'm gonna put not a shot in hell.
Oh.
Can I want to play something for you. I came across this on TikTok. This is an argument for simulation theory a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
Just listen
please,
to it. It's
please do.
okay. Just listen.
So the way I think it happens is we're existing right now as three-dimensional beings in a four-dimensional plane. So we experience time linearly, like today and then tomorrow and then the next day. And because of that, every event has significance because it only happens for a set period of time. And then at some point, no matter who you are, you die. So you have like this linear progression where you experience all these events, and because they're temporary, they're significant. But what happens when you die is you get returned to the source energy that's at a higher dimension where time is no longer linear. All things are and are not at the same time. So in that point, nothing has significance or meaning because happiness, sadness, joy, a cool moment, they all are happening and not happening at the same time. So the purpose of human existence is when we go from that higher plane and inhabit this mech suit that's this body for this plane so that we can experience significance because it's limited. That's what I think life is.
Okay, so
that was a little bit complicated, but basically he's saying that our normal lives are outside of this plane, and then we jump into this life as like an experience.
At the cost of not remembering anything. You almost come into existence as a baby. You have to relearn, but you go through life. The whole purpose of life, his argument, is to experience joy, pain, sadness, all of it, because you don't get that in your quote-unquote life outside of this simulation.
Wow, I went through like a lot of different thoughts and emotions just listening to that. At first, you just, for me, my instant reaction is like, this is fucking stupid. This is ethereal, like moon rocks and your spirit and yada yada, like kind of bullshit. But then at the same time, I've realized that I'm agnostic now, and like to me, that has as much credibility as like going to heaven and being with Jesus and or going to hell. Like literally, exactly what that guy said to me is the exact has as much credibility potentially as what happens after we die.
I don't want to get too much into religion and necessarily
knows.
like what happens after we die, but I think specific to simulation theory, going back to our tier list, it has to just be like, I don't know what to think. I feel like because the possibility could fall anywhere. So, or I don't know, maybe it's, you make some good points. I don't know. What are you guys thinking?
I mean, I think by default it goes on I don't know what to think, just because the subject matter is kind of impossible to know for sure.
It sounds really complicated, but my gut wants to just say wouldn't bet on those odds. Because there's no kind of, I'd like to hear some actual evidence or, you know, events that have happened to people for this to be potentially true.
I understand what you're saying, but I think then you need a counter argument. If you're going to say that there's no evidence to support that, where is there evidence to support wherever you fall in the belief system?
Disprove it.
Yeah. I mean, you can't, right. That's exactly, Mason. You can't prove it, but you also can't disprove it. So how can it fall under like a weighted category? So as a logical
thinker, you have to say that you just,
you have to say, I don't know. In my opinion,
say it.
I'm
Landon,
say
it.
I'm gonna say I don't know, so that it just fills that area nice and pretty because I didn't want to blank.
Yeah, because we didn't have any.
You leave it on
there
its
you
own.
go. That was
there's
the
our tier list.
Theory tier list.
I will fight anyone who disagrees with this list. Physically,
it's a pretty good list.
I think this is as accurate as this could possibly be.
Yep.
With these 10 conspiracy theories. Fight me about it.
I think we did really well. Good job, guys. Proud of you.
It's
good
time,
episode.
It's time to figure out what next week looks like.
Good next episode too. Is what we're gonna figure out. Get it? Do you like that tie-in?
Was that
great. Good? And
all right, so that is the end of yet another episode of I'm Telling Mom. Be sure to check us out on. Wait, I gotta do this in a country accent. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Discord, Twitch, and of course all podcasting platforms everywhere. We appreciate you listening to our nonsense and look forward to catching up next week when we discuss.
It's blank.
Go ahead and spin it again. All right, so that's the end of yet another episode of I'm Telling Mom. Be sure to check us out on Facebook and YouTube, Discord, Twitch, and of course all podcasting platforms everywhere. Hey, check out the new T-shirt that's going to be uploaded to our merch store. We appreciate you listening to our nonsense and look forward to catching up in next week when we discuss.
It almost landed. I thought it was going to land on the blank one again.
Subsequent movie films.
Oh my God! You forgot to erase it.
All right, going again. Here we go, Landon. Do it again.
It's because we've missed streams so much that we don't have anything to
fill. I know. Just
those are the only 2 spaces.
Do a small spin.
Well, and now this one. Now the conspiracy.
There's 3
corner.
then, I guess. All right, small spin.
Here, I'm ready. Here we go. That's the end of yet another episode. I'm Telling Mom. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Discord, and Twitch, and of course all podcast platforms. We appreciate you listening to our.
You're kidding me!
Oh my God.
How is this happening? I'm not.
And next time on...
Yep. At that point, Mason, you're doing great. That's exactly... we appreciate y'all. We really...
See, at least...
I really do support the idea that we throw this t-shirt on the website. This thing is fucking
Yeah,
spinning
it says
forever.
Mason's micropeen is... What is it?
Mason's micropeen is the best. So,
Yeah.
all right.
Okay,
next
here
week
we
when
go.
we discuss...
Earth, water, fire, hookers.
I don't know.
All right,
which
good
one
luck,
of you
Clace.
put that on there, but wow, that's
That was
amazing.
me. I'll do it.
That-
I'm
all right,
excited.
Yeah.
Let's do
This will be a
thing.
fun episode.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.